Live from Tehran, Beirut and the Gaza Strip, you're with Press TV's International News. We start in Egypt, where the country is bracing for more anti-government demonstrations despite a heavy police crackdown. Security officials say at least 1,000 people have been arrested throughout the country since protests started on Tuesday. Opposition groups are promising to stay on the streets until the government falls. There are reports of people gathering outside police bases in the eastern city of Suez. Witnesses say protesters have set fire to at least one police station there. A massive rally is also planned for Friday after weekly prayers. So far, at least 6 people have died in the unrest. Reports say Egypt's general prosecutor has charged 40 protesters with trying to overthrow the regime. Meanwhile, prominent opposition figure Mohammed El-Baradei, who lives in Vienna, is expected to return to Egypt on Thursday. El-Baradei is the former head of the UN nuclear watchdog and a Nobel Peace Prize winner. Our Cairo correspondent May Kamal updates us on the situation in Egypt following last night's massive protests.
For now, I think people are trying to actually find out what happened overnight, mainly in Suez, where there was a complete media blackout as they did not allow, the police forces did not allow for any satellite crews or journalists to enter the city, and there were a lot of conflicting reports coming from Suez. People are really angry in Suez, and we're seeing now some videos emerging of protesters till 5 and 6 a.m. clashing with riot police. Now, for tomorrow, it is expected to be a huge turnout. The protests are supposed to be launched after Friday prayers, where, of course, the majority of the population here is Muslim, and they will move to all the main squares following the prayers.
In Yemen, thousands of protesters have taken to the streets of the capital, Sana'a, calling for the resignation of their government. The protesters are opposing President Ali Abdullah Saleh's political and economic policies, saying he should step down. The protests follow violent clashes between security forces and anti-government demonstrators in the southern province of Shabwa. At least 5 people were injured and dozens of protesters were arrested. Anti-government demonstrations have been sparked in Yemen following the revolution in Tunisia almost 2 years ago. Let's get more from our correspondent in Sana'a, who gives us an update on the opposition protests in the city. Here's Mohammed Al-Attab.
The people they are divided into different groups. People in favor of the President Saleh's policies and other anti-governmental policies. They are calling the current government as a corrupt government because of the bad economic situations that the people are having currently. In the previous days, there were tight security procedures, but today there are no tight security procedures. They are just demonstrations